I am making this because I didn't even I saw him say this and it didn't really hit me as hard as it did now that I'm looking at homie. That's weird. I thought his name was Ryan. He's one of the gamer. He's one of the GamerGate guys. Like he's got the slightly southern accent. He's in Florida. He said he always wears a baseball cap. He's like kind of the hub guy that, and when he does the big stream with everybody, that he's usually the hub guy. But yeah, but he's one of the more infamous GamerGate guys, and I think Comics Gate to some degree. You all know who I'm talking about. I guess this is not his normal channel, and that's why that's throwing me off. Now I'm like, wait a second, wait, your channel is maybe it shows. No, it doesn't show. That's weird. D-Day Cobra, but I don't. That's weird. I don't. That's not. It's. He's usually on another channel. Anyway, it's the Milo Yiannopoulos interview with Tim Poole and Luke, and this idea. Oh, Trump says rude things. Blah blah blah. What this is there's a generation of people that are under Gen X. Like Tim Poole is solidly one of these. I've run into this with millennials who they were raised with lots of like Bone Thugs and Blink 182, or they were raised with enough kind of punk influences, rap and this and that, but they were from a generation that it was that they weren't that generation. They just weren't. They're not made of the same stuff. They didn't have the same kind of experiences. They had similar but different. So there's a lot more of this kind of like basically don't offend the chicks. Everything Tim, every single thing that he has a problem with, it was with Trump at until recently, until more recently, it was always just he makes chicks angry. He makes the chicks angry, and so one of the things now I'm thinking of something I was going to make a different video about, but this is good. This is kind of coming together. We don't own them hoes. All these liberal women who decided that abortion was so goddamn important that possibly usurping the Constitution itself, having some of the most fundamental rights possible, that they were just going to go. That the republic is completely unsafe if left in the hands of women. They will literally give it away for any convenience, anything they see as a slight against them, anything that it starts to show the most fundamental concepts of morality, and that really these are people who do not conceive of rights in the negative sense. They don't have that. They don't have it at that level. They're still at positive rights. They're still at the idea of liberties. So they're slaves. They're built genetically. They're slaves. They're not free like so many of us. With freedom, there's certain things you can't do, such as taking another life. This has to have very specific conditions around it, and very, very specific conditions around it. And so, we don't own them hoes. That's the beauty of it. So when things go wrong, when things go bad, when it's time for the weave walkers to try to find warmth in the snow, we don't own you hoes. You see, this is the beauty of it. Like so many of these women, Pearly Things has tried to warn you all. Kevin Samuels warned you first, and you've been warned over and over again. When things go tits up, when the ship goes down, you better be ready. When you won't, what you gonna do when the well runs dry? And so now so I'm seeing this with the way that Milo was saying, yeah, and it has to be understood. Just like when we were in high school, the savages hate smart kids. And all black people know this. All black people have had this. Any black man who has read a book in public knows this one. That there are all these other motherfucking savage ass black kids who they would actually talk shit because you were the kind of nigga who would read a book. That's what being black in America is, and that's what the white liberals don't want to admit, especially these white liberal teacher bitches. That they could never instill the love of literature in such a large number of children. They can't do it. They don't have what it takes. They're failures. And we don't own them hoes. And we don't own them savage ass little bastards. Oh no. And now everybody now is starting, starts at the top and it works its way down. Starts at the elite level and works its way down. Oh no. All these engineers, all these people in Amazon, all these people, they're starting to get fired. Starting to get laid off. I know my place in the order of things. It could happen to me too. But I'm one of those people that I don't complain about how fucked up things are. I complain now and then to other people on shift. But it's always substantive. They haven't done this, so there isn't the airflow they need, so they can't keep the temperature stable. So they got this food, and you gotta have airflow a certain way. You can't do, they didn't design this right. Somebody said yes to this design, and this isn't a good design. This is not. They're losing money. They're hemorrhaging money. They don't understand. They're hemorrhaging money. But we'll see as time goes on if you start having people who wear the ties listen to the person who wears the dickies trying to save them money. I've tried to save a lot of people money. I've tried to save a number of people I've worked for money. I've learned my lesson. I learned my lesson a long time ago. There's certain people, the way the world works, people look at they look at you and they this person doesn't know what they're talking about. So keep wasting that money. Keep burning that money, fool. And that's a problem now. That society's going to have. There's too many men like me that we've had enough experience in the workforce that we're just at the stage of no, I'm looking out for me. I'm looking out for me and mine. No, I know how all of you are now. Now things aren't. Oh yeah, the party's over. Yeah, no, I don't know where the after party is. I don't know. I don't know what shops are open so you could get something so you could sober up. No, I don't know. Look out for me. I'm going to go home. Fuck you. I'm going to hear. Screw you guys. I'm going to hear. And so Milo talking about that in blue enclaves, there is a delusional level. Where that I would sit there a lot of times. I'm just like, holy shit! You weird liberal people really hate other white people. You legitimately hate other white people. It's like when you're listening to a lot of black internet, black Twitter, black YouTube, and you start to realize you all are really delusional racists. Like, wow, like y'all are crazy. Like, they would talk about how the white man does this to us and the white man does that to us. I'm sitting there and it's like, where are you all getting this from? I was like, I bet all of you live in like an East Coast metroplex, so that you have no idea what most of the white people are like who live in rural areas. How normal and stable and nice their lives are, and so a lot of people in blue enclaves. This is this weird kind of theme park sort of place to live in a blue enclave. Like, people kind of get the idea they would settle down someplace, but they don't really. That's, yeah. It doesn't cater to that. The populations of blue enclaves are inherently transient, and what the hell, are inherently transient, and there's not really a way that I have to think a bit about it, but it really is like a hatred of the rural that I don't understand, because then you'll find the shit-lib white chicks are like, they dream of like one day we'll be on like property and have a small farm. When I want to eventually have a small farm where I could grow my own food. It's always this fixation on food. That's something I've started to really key into, the fixation on food. Because somebody was once talking about what there was something I once saw about like what Stone Age people talked about, and they said like there was some people encountered by modern people who are at almost the Stone Age or around there, said most of what they talked about was food. I mean, what else would you talk about? So, yeah, eating what they would like to eat, what they desire to eat. There was a really great thing. I think it was Replicant Fish saw that you might have seen that. That a woman can be desired, but is she held in high esteem? A woman can be desirable, but is she held in high esteem? And that was it. That was, some woman busted that out, and he was like, and he paused it, and he was like, that's that. He goes, there's ways that women put things that are perfect, and it's true. That there's just, it's like understanding, binah, that it's a feminine thing. It makes the abstract into a form, into language, and it's beautiful. It's on the side of beauty, and so, and that's the female part of understanding, wisdom and understanding, and so, Milo is absolutely correct. DeSantis is the kind of person that people who live in coastal cities be like, oh, see, this man is much more reasonable. Yes. And that's not what we need now. It's just trying to be gay. It is just everybody just trying to be lazy and gay. And gay. It's let's act like little girls, and it's that everybody wants to just keep doing this thing that boomer guys became. The late boomer guys became this, and then it seems to have. I mean, I know even during a lot of my life, like I didn't get like you gotta be a fucking man, bro. Until I was training in martial arts, and that my teacher he was just hard on me, and it was because like you gotta be a fucking man, dude. You just have to. That's it. You just have to. And you have to sacrifice. That's the only way you get it. That's the only way you get the big prize. It's the only way you know you become you. Is you strip yourself of all the bullshit. And that's the thing about Trump. Trump says things that blow the bullshit right off of people. And people who are full of shit, people who are bullshitters and are full of shit and try to act like a character rather than having character and developing their character. They're the kind of people who really, really, really Trump gets to. And then also people that are fundamentally, in many ways, exceedingly ignorant of power. They don't get it at all. They think there's some girl world, some gay kind of world where everyone can like disco dance together or something on, like some Buck Rogers world where if the villains would just hang out on the ship and disco dance with us, everything would be really awesome, right, Twiggy? Bitty bitty bitty. That's right, Buck. That's not the real world. And now the beauty of this is the Democrats have set things up in such a way. I mean, I hope a whole lot of you are seeing how bad Biden is fucking this up with the Middle East. Biden is fucking this up with the Middle East. Like, you would think, like, for a minute, okay, no. You see, oh boy, these overtures have been made to Pakistan, and Pakistan's doing this, and blah. Oh, Pakistan's out of power. Okay, well, a bomb in Turkey. Wait a second. Tick, tick, tick. Kurds. Oh, you fucking morons. Oh, you total fucking morons. So, for the completely and totally ignorant on this one, game of power. The WikiLeaks that came out a long time ago, that everybody turned on Assange. All the left turned on Assange because it made Clinton look bad. It made Obama look bad. It brought out all the blood and gore. And if you could follow some of these WikiLeaks, you would find stuff out about the intrigue going on, and how bad Obama's administration was at, in any way, shape, or form, negotiating or making deals with anyone. They fucked everybody. Every chance they got, they would fuck you in your ass. And so they were trying to fuck Turkey in their ass. They were trying to get the Kurds into a position of power within Turkish society that was simply not acceptable. And it had to do with religion. It had to do with getting Naqshbandi Kurds, Naqshbandi Sufis, to be a part of a certain Islamic council in Turkey, and this, that, and the other. That was not going to happen. Turkey made that very clear. So what this would be is, it would be very much like that these people would be trying to influence Islam in Turkey, the United States would be able to influence, because they would owe them a favor. They got them on the council, they would owe them favors, they probably already had some kind of connects in there. And these would have been people who probably would have tried to find a way of merging a little of Islam and socialism, and they, who knows what kind of stuff they would have brought in there. But Turkey was like, no. And so there's a certain distance. They're like, no, we'll help you with this, but we're not going to help you with that. We'll help you with this, we're not going to help you with that. Turkey's been very open about that in a way that actually I didn't appreciate, really, that like how frank they were about, like, no, that fuck you, we are Turkey, we will do this. And so they won't let these countries come into NATO because these countries have a bunch of Kurds who they got issues with the Kurds, right? Because we keep sprinkling magic dust on the Kurds so that the Kurds just magically pop up where there's oil, and it's ancient Kurdistan. Didn't you know that? According to some text somewhere, there's an expert at a school on the East Coast, and he's told everybody that was ancient Kurdistan. Don't worry. Sources say, experts say that was ancient Kurdistan. And so now Turkey's like, it's over. And the whole effort against Bashar Assad, they fucked themselves. They can't keep one. America can't necessarily keep up on all this against Bashar Assad. There's been people who have been pointing out, have you noticed these weird stories about transferring weapons, like various allied nations or the United States doing this or that? And finally somebody was like, no, check this out. This looks like the United States literally can no longer supply Ukraine with enough weaponry. There's a whole bunch of people saying a bunch of this shit is showing up in Ukraine or part of the way to Ukraine, and then it gets sold and ends up in the hands of the fucking Russians. So Eastern Europe is just going, they're hard bass dancing, smoking cigarettes. They have the best, they're smoking the finest cigarettes. They're smoking cigars. They're Andrew Tating it. Like, these people are so stupid. Americans are so stupid. They give us the money, you know. And so the beauty of this is, where Milo's coming from with this is very, very important. That a lot of people need to start getting this idea of, there was like the boring rural kind of white folks, you know, of another era of time. Now now this is going to be the Starlink. These are people with the internet. They have the internet now. And I want to make sure to add something in. Now it's starting to hit, all of it's starting to merge. I was been thinking about so much stuff. I told you all I was going to have tea with the Taoists. I didn't quite realize what the shitlibs did to their own. Governor Kate Brown told people that if there were large gatherings on Thanksgiving, like a year ago, that you should call the police on them. To me, this was like, well, man, Democrats, you know, I was putting together so much stuff from history and things. I'm like, no, that's when the going gets tough, the Democrats are like, everyone's gonna sing the same song, you know, yay, let's be gay. No, nothing funky, no dancing, I can't do that. I'm a pretty princess, and I'm the school teacher, and I'm going to make sure all my pets are doing the same thing, and it's all going to be what I want. And, you know, now everybody's starting to see this. The Democratic Party white women kind of rule, you know, they're elite, and they rule America by touching their husband's arm and saying, make the poor people do this. Because I like it like that. I prefer that. I prefer if the poor people and these people with these, I love their music, but I don't like the way they're acting, and you know, why do they drive those cars in a circle so fast? That's so dumb. It's dumb. I think it's just dumb, and so we should make it illegal, you know. The birds are sad, and so are the trees, Daddy, so make everything illegal. If men would just act gay, then I would wouldn't have to like try so hard to find like a husband. No, the these people are horrified. They were horrified by the idea that the governor of a democratic state would tell people to snitch. I was sitting there like, that makes perfect sense. And I get it. It's the sense of betrayal. It's the finally where they're like, they'll betray me. If I give them the opportunity, they'll wait till I'm weak and totally and completely betray me. And when people figure that out about the liberals and the progressives and the Democratic Party and the godless and these and more now, you're starting to see they're all like these. They're all built like Ethan Klein SBF clones. That they're all these weird bag of dough bodies with these undeveloped arms and men with breasts and unkempt hair and clothes that you look like they slept in or something. That it's just that after a while you're just like, yeah, no, that this is so now I gotta just tell people, no, there's a whole lot of people the first chance they're getting, watch 2023, there's gonna be hella people leaving the West Coast. Hella people. And now with all these firings, where's the space program? Where's the space program that's launching all those Pico satellites? Where's the space program, the space program, the space program, and the Space Force? Where are they at? Oh, yeah, Texas and Florida. Oh, and what's the... Oh, well, and the Mississippi Delta is still the Mississippi Delta. So, there's a part of me that I'm sitting back and I'm like, no, whatever, Trump and them are going to have to come up with a pretty, like, woo kind of surprise form of plan here. Like, they're going to have to be real fucking smart. But also, it is the time now for MGTOWs and the GOP / right wing. Now is the time. There's nothing to lose. Now you fight as hard as you can because there ain't nothing to lose. There's no... It can't... It's about to get so fascinatingly bad that there's going to be no way. There's nothing you could lose. There's not going to be any, like, I'm so offended by this. It won't... No. There's no more. I'm so offended. I'm gonna complain to mommy in HR. I'm gonna complain to this person in the Truth and Safety Division, and we're gonna get you. We're gonna send a bunch of activists to protest you. We're gonna peacefully protest your house. It's like, no, they've proven everything they are. They've proved we don't own these people. They aren't like us because they don't believe in negative rights. They believe in positive rights. So they're just slaves wanting to have some master give them fucking rights, and they can't work. And once it's found out, oh look, you're not actually valuable to the company, then they're like, this is gonna be fucking fascinating. And one of the best parts of this all is the weave walking. The weave walkers. It's all about them weave walkers now. Winter, it is fucking winter. And it's about to be like a winter, like whoa, in the Midwest. It's going to be one of those good, solid, cold as fuck winters. But this is going to be a winter like whoa. And, I think something has changed about Milo. In the good way. Milo. Something has changed about you, Milo. And, I think maybe he's had a touch of the Damascene moment. Because the way he's talking now is different. It's different. He has different mannerisms. His mannerisms have changed. So I'm thinking he's cooled it on his a lot of the things he used to do. I think he's really done some self-effacement. He still dresses like a gay man. Still dresses like a gay, but well, no, gay man. Maybe he dresses like a gay man. He's not gay. That would be different. He's a gay man. Oh, the gay guy. I mean, look at the glasses, the jacket. Come on. I mean, look at the hair. Come on. What's going on with this? What is he? Was he an advertisement in a magazine? What the hell's going on here? What is is he in a boy band? What the fuck is this? So, but his call on this, I think, and it's not an anti-DeSantis thing. It's that DeSantis is a very comfortable choice, but it's just trying to boom out. They're just trying to boom out. They're just trying to fancy pants out. Everybody wants to fop out till they drop out. Ain't happening. You got to have the boss on the boss of the yard. The yard boss has to come out and tell people like, nope, no. DeSantis is one of those people who's like, he's getting there, but we need somebody who he's going to insult people. And also the other thing is too, DeSantis is not ready for the international stage. He's not. We need to know more about what's going on with him in foreign policy. What Trump has done in foreign policy. Everybody who watches this channel and you're aware of what they talk about on Quad Verum and some other circles, that like there's way more going on than he knows these people. He knows these people in some way, shape, or form. So there's some other shit going on. And also, the Israeli right government, they're going to have to come with it. They're going to have to help us out. This is it. They better get their fucking shit together and figure out who their fucking friends and their enemies are. Because at some point it's like, okay, no, the American right doesn't trust you, doesn't know why the fuck we send you a dime, and we don't trust you people. You need to make it very clear to us whose fucking side you're on. Very, 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 very clear. Very soon. And Trump's people got to get that together. The way they need to put that on the fucking on a double time. You need to make it clear, why the fuck should we have any good feelings toward Israel at this stage? Congratulations, President Biden. Fuck you. And so it's, yeah, and whatever's still going on with Syria and all that business, it's like, no, somebody's going to have to make this very clear very soon. Like, somebody pull aside Posobiec and be like, this is what is going on, and so that he could at least talk. Somebody's got to come up with some explanation for this soon, because this is not going to be good for this is going to be one of the hard points for the right. This is going to be a hard fucking sell for a lot of the nationalist right. Why should we be giving anybody any money? Fuck Israel. Why should we be giving them money? They seem to be nothing but trouble. And the Trump people are going to have to make it very clear exactly what they help us with. Being that what it looks like to us is we give them money and then they attack Trump. They're fundamentally, these people they just attack you, bro. What's the point of this? They attack you, you give them money, they're like, maybe you're not so bad, no, actually you're terrible, you're in fact Adolf Hitler, and it's like, no. What the fuck is this? Why are we dealing with this shit anymore? Because of Jared? Because your daughter? No. So you got to figure this out, and you got to then explain it to people. Start talking to us like start giving us some idea of what are you trying to do, Trump? What are you trying to pull off? You got to fill us in a little. This isn't about riling up the mob anymore, and giving you got to give us substantive understanding of what the future is going to be, and we got to see policy stuff come out, and and shit like that. Have some idea of who your people are going to be, because you fucked that one up so grandly last time. So who are you going to have by your side? Because none of us who supported you knew who any of these people were. A handful of them we were like, no, that was a good pick, but a lot of it we were like, why is that person there? Why is that person there? Why is that person there? Why is he trusting these people? So yeah, just some thoughts I was having. Good work, Milo Yiannopoulos. I really like that Milo really just kind of, because Tim Pool's sense of politics is pretty bad. I mean, him and Luke don't make good calls. I mean, come on. I mean, we all know that. They have good information. They make terrible calls because they kind of don't get humans very well. Luke gets humans a little bit better. But yeah, so yeah. Oh well, it's we gotta have those people with a bright spot still in their heart, in their mind. Can't we all can't have old black pilled characters like me everywhere, or else what would you young folks do? What do you young fellas do? You'd eat a lead pill, move to Russia, find some Tartarian princess. All right, later.